I don't even know how I found your channel. No idea.
I'm glad you did though.
Yeah. No.
Because the weird thing is,
yeah, just stumbled across it, and I was like, this is interesting.
I'm glad you came out. I'm glad you're doing this, bro. And
dude, you got me.
I wish you.
You made me drop 280 on a plane.
Hey.
From a damn YouTube video.
You're gonna enjoy the plane.
No, I know I will. At the flight school, and he was like, where are you building your plane at? Because I showed him your videos, and he was like, damn, this thing is impressive. And I was like, I think I'm gonna take it to a guy in New York. But I live, like I just bought 20 acres, and it's awesome. 3 miles from the airport.
From where?
From my home airport. Oh. And he was like, we can build here. And I was like, well, problem is we don't have hangar space. It's all taken, and there's a crazy waiting list.
Yeah, and it's not even just the hangar. Honestly, one of the reasons I opted for the build is the tools, man. It's like there's so many unique stuff you gotta get. I mean, it's not a hard thing to get.
Yeah.
It's just.
And that's why I asked him. I said, "You got the tools?" He said, "Bro, I'm an airplane mechanic." I was like, "Yeah, but do you build them?" There's probably a lot of different tools.
So this is my board here, and I'll show you what we've done so far with this plane. I'm getting ready to. So I'm here for about a week or so, and I'm gonna get some more hands-on and give updates on this. As you can see, it's looking, the main fuselage is done already.
This looks beautiful, man.
This is one of the reasons why I built this plane, man. I haven't really made any videos about it, but I'm gonna. This engine is.
I heard about it after I started talking about it, people like, yo, that engine is.
There's nothing like it when you think of all of the traditional stuff you got out there. I'm not knocking them, you know, I trained with those engines, but nothing is as technologically advanced as this. And one of the cool things about this engine also is dual cooling system. I don't know if you remember your training. When I trained in a DA40, one of the things they teach you in training is if you start seeing stuff go high temperature, you want to put the nose down, because it's air cooled. So you want to get
more
this. You've got air cooled, and you also got liquid cooled.
Dude, you made me buy my plane.
Right. So I've got a lot of help with it in terms of hands-on, and also Oshkosh was supposed to be our deadline. Obviously, Oshkosh got canceled, but I'm still keeping to that deadline. That's why I'm here. I wouldn't be here if I'm not.
Yeah, if you weren't trying to push the deadline.
I want this plane done by July. If you saw my video with the panel, so Midwest panel is doing the avionics, but this is the backbone, and so they're actually going to come here.
Really?
Once this is ready, and they'll do all the wiring stuff.
Do they usually do that? Or are they doing that because you've been pushing them?
Well, yes and no. I think it depends on but they've done it for other builders.
Because I think I spent about 54 on avionics.
Yeah, they should probably.
You better probably come see me, right?
Yeah, they should. So yeah, they're gonna come out, put that in. Obviously, the middle console here is where
your brake and all that stuff.
Lever. Right. You got the rudder stuff there. That's the shell. Our air vents. And then back here is luggage. We're gonna have 2 rows of seats, front seat, back seat, and one cool thing here. Let me show you. Now, obviously, this is experimental. So you have the option to do whatever you want. This is where the parachute is going to be.
Did you go with that option? Because I did. Yeah.
That was a deal breaker for my wife.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So I had to go with that. And it's a great safety tool.
Yeah. It's like the Cirrus made it popular.
Yeah, and it's one thing that I hope I never get to use, but God forbid
it's always a backup. Does it have any automatic deploy features, or is it always manual?
No, you gotta pull it. That's the thing, when you're building experimental, man, to me, safety, you gotta think about these things. Your safety, so. Yeah, that's most of it. Let me show you. Barry, is that you? This is Max.
How you doing, sir?
Max.
Good to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
My pleasure.
Welcome.
So Barry is the sales.
Yeah, we've communicated through email. That's why I sent my deposit to was you. So.
Yes, that's awesome. So Max is obviously going to be building the Sling.
It's very exciting.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
It's crazy. You didn't even come out to get a demo flight or anything.
No, I watched all your videos. And then I like how the detail, why you made the decision.
Yeah.
And I was like, let's just go.
That's enough. That's good.
Well, as you can see, 1 through 5 Whiskey Tango
Right.
is
Yeah.
here.
Yeah.
And I know you wanted to try it on.
Yeah.
So,
Is it open?
Yep.
I can show him.
yep. This is the first kit built.
Yeah.
Okay.
TSi. It was built in the factory. Wayne Todden and his son Matt went there and spent 2 weeks, and they literally worked side by side with the folks at the factory who build these ready to fly on a regular basis. They worked side by side with them, and they built their own airplane in just 2 weeks.
Wow.
Which is phenomenal. So here it takes us about 3.5 months from the time we get the quick build kit, which I think you just saw. So here's the TSi. And compared to a little bit different, subtle differences between what you saw in the build assist aircraft, the quick build that was in there. There's no handle here, which is standard equipment now for all of the gull wing doors to open it. So that makes it a lot easier. But, and this is probably the highest time Sling TSi on the planet. It's got about 640 hours on it altogether. So if you want to climb on in, you're welcome to do that.
Sure.
They've adjusted the canopy fit just a little bit. It now gives another 3/4 of an inch of headroom compared to this one. So this might be a little tight where you're sitting. That's a little snug. Yeah, the seat tracks are on an angle. So as the seat moves back and gives you more leg room, it also gives you more headroom. So I'm happy to move the seat back a little bit.
No, I just wanted to get the good feel for it. This is,
Sure.
you know, I bought a plane without getting in it. And this,
Yeah, it's surprising. About half of the customers that have ordered the TSi never even saw it in person.
I mean, for the performance and the price,
Yeah.
it's a no-brainer.
Yeah, nothing matches.
It's like
That and being able to build it in 1,200 hours, give or take.
yeah.
It is unbeatable.
Hey, Mike, is this the same setup you have inside, or is it?
So, yeah, it's pretty much very identical with so there's the dual screens. Yeah, it's pretty much identical, except mine will have the push to start.
Push to start here, yeah.
But in terms of the look, it's pretty much going to be similar. I do think mine will have less.
So I did go for that too. I went for because they said it was some system.
So the options you can have a VPX system and they approached me about that too. I'll tell you the reason why I didn't go with it, but it's up to anyone who, it's your choice. So yeah, we'll have the dual screen. This is pretty much identical. That's what I was trying to show you earlier.
Oh, this is it.
So there goes your parachute. It's right in front of you. So God forbid if you ever need it.
This panel was done at the factory in South Africa. The panels that Midwest does, I don't know if you looked in the little two-place airplane over there, but that is an example of what Midwest does. It's a more beautiful panel.
It's much cleaner.
It's powder coated to the color you want. The labels, instead of being stick-on labels, they're laser etched, so they last forever. And they just do beautiful, beautiful work. And the wiring harness comes ready to lay in the airplane. You plug it in, and everything works. It's outstanding.
Yeah, and you can.
Whatever you put into it is going to enhance the value of the aircraft.
Yeah.
Right.
This vinyl is great. It's utility. It's easy to keep clean.
Yeah.
But it's what it is.
Yeah, and then other differences, you can choose whichever what you want for your steak.
For a couple.
Is this the one you picked?
Stick.
No, I went with the Toastin. So I don't know if you saw on the Sling 2, it had like a sort of fighter jet.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
I didn't go with that.
Okay.
I went with something more simple because I like the look and finish better. And I think also with the new TSi, I think you mentioned it, Barry. You would now have
split seats. Yeah,
that's an option. It's $500.
Oh, it's an option.
It's an option.
So it's an option.
So if you wanted to put more stuff in, or
well, the idea is you've got a baggage extension that goes back 24 inches. It's for lightweight stuff. But if you wanted to put fishing poles in there or something like
yeah.
that was long,
Yeah.
you can fold down just the pilot side rear seat,
Right.
and somebody could still sit in the other seat.
And the day I flew this plane, Matt, we had it to the max. Like,
I remember you guys loaded it down,
They dumped a bunch of. It was like full gross when I flew it that day, and you know, it still did its thing.
I actually like the way how snug it is.
What?
I like how snug the fit is.
Yeah.
Yep. So for the most part,
I mean, it'll go back all the way to there.
Oh yeah, that's
Tallest builder is 6'7".
okay.
He fits. And then by going with the handbrake, which is a lot lighter and simpler
Yes,
system,
I think it saved 8 pounds, 8.5 pounds.
you save 8 pounds, plus it makes the rudder pedals adjustable. So you can
That's
put
right.
the seat where you like it, give you the headroom and the legroom that you want,
And then move
and then adjust the rudder pedals to where you want
Just
them.
like the Yukon.
Yep. Fully
GMC.
adjustable. So it's 12 inches by 15 inches by 24 inches. But you have to watch weight and balance.
Absolutely, yeah.
And so you put lightweight stuff back there.
Yeah, I can see why the split would be cool to have.
Yeah, it gives you flexibility.
This is awesome.
show you.
This aircraft was designed to fly out in the bush of Africa.
I watched all those videos too.
So it's, and you look at all of the components, the hardware, it's all barcoded, all laid out in ribbons, so that staying organized is
It's much easier. Yeah.
Some of these kit manufacturers will give you a bag of bolts. There you go. Good luck.
Mike, is any of these yours?
Yeah, this is
This is?
Oh, this is yours.
Yeah, this is my. So
Dylan's helping him
I
build it.
wanted to show you something else before I get to this. So usually when you see like dark spot coming out, that's actually a good thing. That's the corrosion, that stuff I mentioned earlier.
It's making its way out.
Seeping, yeah. But so let me show you. This is the skeleton of what your wings are gonna look like before it becomes that. This is where your flap is gonna be, right? And this is the torque tube, you call it, right? This is what controls that, but remember that your flaps are electronically controlled, so
Yes.
this is going to be connected to a motor. So, you know, however many degrees of flaps you control them.
Just gotta put it in there.
Shit. And then the push rod comes all the way here, and this is what controls your ailerons, right? And these tubes you see here, those are for the pitot tube. That's what measures like your airspeed.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
notice all of the pivots have a bushing in there and a bearing, so that, most of them have a place to lubricate it.
Yeah.
So over time, over the thousands of hours of flying the airplane, there's very little wear and tear. So it feels just as tight and precise. We had an airplane that has 3,500 hours on it that we sold, and you get in it, and there's no slot.
And all of this also will be sprayed down with the corrosion X stuff. So. And these wirings are for the lights, the taxi, landing, and the strobes and positional lights here. And then your fuel tanks that's what we were showing you earlier, right? These here. Actually, this is where that tank comes down.
Okay. So it's on the tank's on the leading edge of the.
So it becomes part of your wing.
Yeah, those little tabs kind of interlock and hold it secured in there.
If you would have asked me 2 months ago if I would be interested in building a plane, I'd tell you hell no. And here I am.
I see this particular like Sling because it's a fairly new, and that's what got me excited about it. I fell in love with it initially, but also being part of the aviation community, I see a lot of everything else. And I think Vans RV right now is like the popular name. But I'm like, when I look at the Sling I've flown in, I'm like, this plane deserves to be
More.
out there.
You definitely put them on the map.
So I want more people to know about it, and I see more of it flying, like more pilots flying them. I think they're gonna do well.
So I have a scholarship where I take like an underprivileged kid once a year and I give them the money at our flight school to go get their license, right? So like I'm definitely, and one thing I talked to at my flight school is like, there's a misconception about aviation that is terribly expensive and only for the elite. It's not true. It is expensive. It's like golf. It can be expensive, but it doesn't have to be.
Yeah. Right.
You can go buy a used set of clubs for $200 and some golf balls and beat Tiger Woods.
Right.